Welcome to lesson 2 of week 8. This is the last lesson of part 1 of this course. And in this lesson, we are going to look at pseudo elements. My name is Mildred. In the last lesson, we looked at pseudo classes and we saw how to apply style to an element using pseudo class. And prior to CSS3, there was hardly a way to differentiate between a pseudo class and a pseudo element. But from CSS3, we have pseudo element written with double colon instead of the single colon for pseudo class. I have created a page already with some text on the page for us to illustrate how to use pseudo elements to style specific parts of an element. We have an h1 tag here. Let's say we want to put something before and after the h1 element. We have a pseudo element which is called before, and we want to insert something before the pseudo element, and I'm going to insert open quotes. So I want a quotation mark before the h1, and I have it there. If I want to have a quotation mark close quote after, I use the after pseudo element and I put content. It will now be close quotes. So you have to research more to see the different applications of the before and the after pseudo elements, but what we basically use it for is to do something before a specified element and do something after a specified element. You might want to insert an image before a particular element or a particular heading and after the heading. So this is one application. Let's say we want to put a drop cap on the P tag, and let's say we want the first letter to have a drop cap. So we want to make this T very big. We can put a style and we say first letter. So we have a first letter pseudo element. Let's say the font, or let's say the font size. And we want it to be 3x large. So we want the first letter of every P element to be very big. And so we have two paragraph tags. So we want this T to be very big and that T to be very big, like a drop cap. And when I refresh my page, I have the first T very big. I can decide that I want the first line of this P tag to have a different kind of style. So there is a pseudo element called first line pseudo element that I can use to put a style. So let's say we want the first line to be font variant. So I'm going to put a font variant here of small caps. And so I'm going to have it in small caps. So we have the first letter to be big and the first line to be in small caps. We have another pseudo element called the marker. And when I use the marker pseudo element, what it does is that it applies the style to the list marker. So I want the list marker to be in blue. And when I save this and I refresh my page, I will have the list marker for the element in blue. I have a pseudo element called the selection pseudo element, and what it does is that when I highlight a page, instead of being in blue, maybe I want to highlight a particular text and I want that text highlighted to be yellow. I'm going to use the selection pseudo element to put a background color of yellow to any text that I select on my page. So I'm going to refresh and I'm going to try to select, and I have everything in yellow when I select. So these are the pseudo elements that we are going to use, and this is where this lesson ends. Next week is a review of weeks 1 to 8. I hope you enjoyed this part of the course. In part 2 of this course, we are going to go into advanced HTML and CSS.